Rajveer gets the dub with the Grimmsnarl over Jesper with the Pult Zard.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to episode, I don't even know what we're on now, episode 7 of the Road to World series. And today we have a special episode because we have a very special guest in the video. We have Rajveer Singh, the 2026 Merida Regional Champion, joining us to kind of walk us through his Pokemon journey, his kind of tournament run, and help us practice for the Grimmsnarl and Dragapult matchup, because that's one that I definitely need a lot of practice on for EUIC. So, Sonny, welcome to the video. Let the people know a little bit about yourself and kind of what your history is, how you started playing, all that kind of stuff.
Hey guys, my name's Sunny. My name's Rajveer Singh, but my friends and peers call me Sunny. I've been playing Pokemon for about the last 2 years, roughly. Competitively about the last 2 years. I've been playing with some friends for about a year past that. But yeah, I won the most recent Merida Regional Championship, and it was once in a lifetime opportunity, but the deck speaks for itself. The deck is very much broken, so hopefully we can continue that luck into the EUIC.
Yeah, for sure. And actually, that's going to lead me right into my next question, which is I see that you were playing a lot of Zard before, and then you switched over to Grimmsnarl not too long ago. Kind of walk me through what made you switch to Grimmsnarl and kind of how you feel about it versus Zard and kind of how it's positioned in the meta right now.
So both decks are very, very powerful. The ability to power itself up is one of the most broken mechanics in the game. Not having to worry about your energy attachments, which allows for Monkey Dory to be really good as far as one of the deck goes, right? So in this dynamic, I was last season I was running Zard a lot, and I could not break through. I had one top 16 at Birmingham, actually, which was the same week that this event happened last season, and it was good. And after that, I kind of fell off. I didn't really have many events I could go to because they printed this card called Badoo. Badoo really did ruin a lot of what Zard can do. But even with my list, which if you do take a look at it and share it on the screen whenever, dude, I was running Grand Tree Zard. It was insane. Like the amount of combos I was pulling off, it was good, but not being able to pop it after turn 1 or like even nest ball or search out any of your mons was just horrible. So I went on this really dry bad streak, and I was just like, I need to change decks. So once I got that figured out, once I got that down, once I was like, okay, hey, let's start testing some other stuff out, it happened to be Worlds, and everyone came to the conclusion that like Grimm was bad. 2 months previous, everyone at NAIC was like, Grimm's amazing. And so we sat there and we tested it out, me and my locals and me and some of the groups. We sat there, tested the deck list out, and we came to the conclusion that this deck sucks. So we figured out how to not brick as much, so we were playing stuff like Tatsugiri, the extra supporters, certain mons that were just like, okay, maybe we need 3 spike mids, stuff like that, because inherently the spike mid's the most broken stadium in the game, so it only works for you and only will work for you, especially if you're playing Grimm. Yeah. The ability to search out your mons under item lock. Item lock's never an issue. The Monkey Dory attachments for turn. The overall consistency of the deck is just absurd if you know how to pilot it correctly. So to bring a long story short and a short story long, after some testing and some great overall gameplay and figuring out what the deck needs, what the deck can tech for, what the deck can overall play against, it helped me go on this last 6 or 7 month run, which I know, joke, but it's actually been about 6 or 7 months, which has been a pretty decent run.
Yeah, for sure. I'd say it's definitely been more than decent. I see you have a lot of placements here for the 25-26 season.
Yeah.
And actually, before this win, I think you touched on it, your best finish was 11th with Zard in Birmingham, and I see that you got 19th in Monterey. So walk me through kind of your regional run a little bit. Is there any kind of like interesting matches that you thought like that you think are really worth like kind of explaining, or anything that you learned about from playing any of these rounds that you think is worth sharing?
The two I definitely want to talk about is Mirror and the Brent Guardy. Because the Brent Guardy, I should have lost. There was no win condition there. But let's start with round 10. So I obviously, I'm assuming you know, there's two like really influential parts of the game as far as one, knowing what your opponent's playing, and two, knowing how to play against them, right? The last round or the last tournament before was obviously Toronto, and my opponent in round, I think it was 11, right, or 10, yeah, round 10, played Dango last week. He played Dango, and obviously good deck, but it's also very situationally poor as far as if everyone's stacking for it, right? I checked his limit list. He was playing Dango. I assumed he was playing Dango. He won the coin toss, started his Monkey Dory. His Monkey Dory was what he played last week to be able to tech for the mirror, which was obviously interesting, but a good card, right? Started the Monkey. I was like, okay, sounds good. Benched my Snow Run, benched my Impidimp, and he starts playing his turret, and he puts a Spike Myth down. And I'm like, I knew you were a Grim player, but I didn't think you were playing Grim, because I was just like so locked in on playing the Dango matchup that I knew how to play it. That cost me game one.
Okay.
You can never sell the Snort Run bench because it means that if you do miss a turn of boss and they capitalize on it, they have now set a free prize card on your board. That means that you can't whiff a turn of Gust. The point of me bringing it up as this is being one of the interesting sets as far as what I played is don't ever overassume. Overassuming will cost you games, and you need to understand that there are certain cards that you can play and certain cards that you shouldn't play. Moving forward, I did end up playing against Brent on the winning end. At this point, I was very much happy with the run because I think I had guaranteed 32, which with Brent's record, I see that if I did lose, that I would have his record, which means I was guaranteed 32. Somewhat knowing his list, because obviously he's one of the best players in the game, I knew he didn't play TM Evo, which made it harder for him to beat item lock, but unfortunately enough, I wasn't playing any. So he definitely could always get into the Guard of War turn. This game that I brought up, and the reason why I brought it up is that never take anything for granted. Never like lower your understanding of a board state. Always understand what opportunities are given to you. Quick example I'll give you is when Diancie can KO your active, which means like, hey, if he's chasing Monkey Dory attachments, there's for a reason, which means that once he has 3 monkeys, he can KO my active Grimmsnarl. Otherwise, there's no Grimmsnarl KO, right? So there's certain situations and stuff that you need to chase and board states you need to be, worried about, right? So beating one of the best players in the game is always going to be one of the greatest feelings, but he was very, very good player, very sweet player. He obviously knows how to play the archetype pretty well, and yeah, it's a very interesting matchup. Very I would say slightly favored, but a good matchup overall.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think the Guardy Grim matchup is definitely one of the classic ones and is always fun to play, and especially because you can always play so many different lists, so it's like you never know what exactly your opponent has. So now let's say so walk me through kind of like the mentality of the tournament overall. So for example, I know some players say, oh, I'm just looking for 5-2-1 for day 2, and then maybe I'm looking for 10-3-1 for top 32. Do you have that kind of mindset, or do you kind of just take it a game at a time?
So there's always a drastic difference between competitive players and just like players who play the game, right? So for competitive players, you want to always do the best as possible, right? Every tournament's an opportunity to win the tournament. Every tournament is another opportunity to be won. So at this tournament in Pacific, I was kind of just trying to lock up worlds. I was just kind of trying to get another placement in there. At this point, I would have had a 64, a 32, a 128, and a 256. So after this tournament, I would have been able to add hopefully another 128, try and get to that 730, 740 threshold of what Worlds is going to be. The most important, it's obviously starting hot. You want to be able to, hit your best matchups, hit the good matchups, and in doing so, you want to start off hot and be able to play those matchups at a high skill expression level, right? So, for example, like if we use Brent Runs as an example, right? He had Zard, Poltnor, Guardy. Like you're asking to see the meta spread in the best possible way, right? He hit 3 decks, and they were all in the top 3, right? So you can very much allude to this too. The off-meta decks you're going to hit when your resistance and your said record are poor, right? So it's like if you're 2-1-1 or 2-1-2, for example, right? Obviously you're still in for cut at that point, but your variance of hitting off meta decks or stuff that's not on the graphic or stuff that isn't, you know, what people are naturally playing as what you're expecting to play against lowers, right?
Yeah.
So the one thing about Grimmsnarl that's been like alluded to try and like save it or be more understood is that it is a very high skill, great deck for day 2. That's been always my opinion about it. That's always been my saving grace about it, is that it's that day 2 you're more likely to hit the meta decks, which means if you're more likely to hit the meta decks, your deck is meant to beat the top 4, the top 5. The reason why previously Grimmsnarl has been not as played is because it is poor into the spread of decks. So being poor into the spread of decks makes it hard to process gameplay, to be like, oh, I had this win condition here or this win condition here. It's very not much like a Guardi or a Dragapult where you can go item lock, phantom dive, counter catcher, you know, Iono with your Dust Stars, right? So it is very much contingent on hitting Zard, Dango, Grimmsnarl, Mirror, Guardi, and, you know, versions of those decks, right? So, and Poltnor, obviously, right? Free matchup. But there's a difference between saying, hey, I just want to be able to do well, I just want to be able to make day 2, but there's also a very big difference in being like, I want to win the event. I really want to do well at the event. When you're playing to win, right, there are times where you know this game is either chalked or this game is going to end in a tie or this game has the opportunity to win. I feel like those 3 within a game setting answer the question of, hey, if you want to do well or not. It's like if you're winning game 2 or if you're losing game 2 and you're in a set where you're like, you feel like you can finish, the proper question or the answer to your question is, do I scoop in time? Do I have enough time to finish my game 3? Do I have enough time to make sure my opponent has a chance to win, or if I have a chance to win, or if I'm pushing for a tie or playing for a tie where I'm like, okay, I know my opponent's going to run me over here, but my ample opportunity to get the 1 point here in a tie would be to make sure this game takes 5 more minutes, right? Make sure he actually goes through the actions to show me the win condition.
Yeah,
which I don't know. To just ask you a quick question back about that. How do you feel about that as far as the gameplay goes?
So, for me, it's always been a little different because I only started competing this season. So my whole thing was I just wanted to make day 2, and then my first day 2 ended up being a top 64. So immediately, like, now the standard is higher. So now it's like I just want all my placements to be like, you know, higher than what my previous one was, which is obviously not always going to be the case because of variance, and, you know, sometimes you just don't play well. But for me now, like, especially what I've noticed recently, even at cups and stuff, is like when I lose the first round, I usually end up doing really well in the rest of the tournament because, like, your bracket just gets easier because you're playing against everyone else that's lost one game. But I wasn't expecting to start Birmingham 5-0. Like, I think I was kind of just taking it a game at a time. I didn't really know what the EU meta was, so I was kind of just like, hey, let me just play and see what happens. And then randomly out of nowhere, I got my game round 6, my game got streamed, which has never happened before, and I was kind of just like freaking out because I'm like, I've never been on stream before. And that I think kind of goes back to what you're talking about, because I won game 1 on stream, and then game 2 I wasn't sure if we would be able to finish in time because it's Jelly Guardian Pult Noir. There were definitely multiple situations where I could have scooped game 2 a lot faster, and I actually would have won game 3 because we started game 3 with, like, I think 5 minutes, and I completely was just dominating his board. So if I had that mentality of, like, you know, I want to just win every single round, I definitely would have scooped game 2. I think I was just kind of playing it out because I'm used to just playing out games, but I think, like, yeah, I was 5-0 at that point, so I'm like, even if we get a tie, like, I'm at least guaranteed day 2, but obviously, like, I do want to win and I want to do as well as possible, so I definitely should have scooped game 2 and just gone for the 6-0.
The biggest issue with the game is just the reasonable pace of play is not reasonable anymore. But obviously, I'm assuming at some point you're going to go over the update that they've done to the system, which is very, very, very important. To throw the question back to you, how do you feel about the 45-second first deck search?
Yeah.
Like, do you think it's good for the game, bad for the game? How do you feel about it?
Let me just give some context for people that actually don't know, because I haven't talked about it yet. The big issue that people are having right now is that people are taking 2 minutes on their first deck search to prize check, and that there's not really like a set codified rule in the rule book that says you have X amount of time. So they've added a 45-second official ruling that says your first deck search cannot be more than 45 seconds. I think it's good that there's an actual time, but at the end of the day, like, the only thing that really matters is if a rule is actually enforced. So if players don't even know about this rule, or if players know about it but they're not calling over a judge when their opponent goes over, it's not really going to make a difference. But I think now that it is an official rule, people are going to smarten up a little bit and have, like, maybe feel that pressure, like, oh, I need to prize check faster. I can't just sit here and pretend like I'm reading a novel just because I'm trying to burn some time for game 2 or something. So, like, it's just one of those things where, like, you know, people are going to have to get used to it. And I know that now we have +3 turns as well. We're going back to that for EUIC, so I don't know.
Great for the game.
Yeah, I think let's see kind of how the prize checking timer plus the +3 rules actually works out for EUIC. I'm hoping it'll lead to faster games. I definitely think it's going to lead to some prize checking mistakes, which might lead to more interesting games because people don't realize something's prized, or maybe people miscount the amount of copies of Iono that are prized or something. So let's see how that affects the game. I'll be honest, when I was playing my stream game, I was so nervous about being on stream, I wasn't even prize checking properly. I only identified maybe like 2 out of my 6 prizes in all my games, whereas normally I can get at least like 5 of them. So we'll see. Like, I'm not too fussed about it. I think the biggest thing is, like, now that people actually have a number in mind that they need to follow, hopefully that part gets a little bit better. Yeah. I'm interested to start getting into the game. So let me just ask some, like, matchup specific questions. So I know you kind of touched on this a little bit, so tell me kind of how you approach the Grimmsnarl versus Dragapult matchup, and what are some things that you look out for, and what are some things that you're kind of afraid of?
Okay, I'll start with the afraid of, because that alludes to how to play the matchup. The Jamming Tower Itchy Pollen combo is very, very, very tough to deal with. So there are certain situations where getting Jamming Tower turn 1 actually makes the matchup very, very difficult. Getting Itchy Pollen might not be as effective as Jamming Tower is, just because, like, you might already burn Secret Box, or your Secret Box not available to you because you don't have Arvin, or the Secret Box threats might be prized. So in Merida, I went 8-0 against games against Poltnor because the matchup is just naturally favored. But I do believe the majority of my opponents are either playing 1 jamming or 2. I've seen some people actually trying to pivot to 3 Jamming Tower, which is horribly scary, but the combo of being able to beat it is when we now are playing 4 Stadium, which is 3 Spike Myth, and then the 1 Artisan.
Yeah.
So if you have a search in hand that is not Stadium reliant, you need to understand that you need to save your Stadiums to where if you are going to counter Stadium with Jamming Tower, you need to save the Stadiums to get your Stage 1s. Your Stage 1 is the most important search in the game for that specific matchup, which is the obviously Morgrim, and then your TM Evos for your Frost Sauces. So in playing said matchup, if you have a hand that allows you to get your Frost Sauce out and your Morgrim out without searching or having to play the side deck in that matchup, perfect. If you feel like your hand is poor, there is always the pivot combo to the side deck. For example, if your opponent goes Poffin, doesn't give up a Duskull, it is privy for you to not have to bench the side deck, right? But if your opponent starts the Duskull, you might want to bench the side deck because the most broken combo in the game happens to be Klops, CC, Iono, KO all your Mons, GG's.
Yeah.
Right. So understanding that those are the outs that are in the game to say, hey, what can my opponent do? What can my opponent do really well? What should I be worried about?
Fair enough. So then, yeah. In that same vein, talk to me if, you know, I'm playing Dragapult into Grimmsnarl. Or actually, maybe let's go the other way. If you're playing Grimmsnarl into Dragapult and they have the option to take out maybe, let's say, 2 of your Mons, or punch into something, what are you most afraid of them hitting? Like, is it more wiping your Frost Lasses, wiping your Monkeys, punching into your Grim? Like, what's kind of like your most frustrating thing for you?
The biggest combo that does scare me is just losing both my Grimmsnarls or my Morgrim pieces. So the way to best play around that is to just make sure that you prioritize your Grimmsnarl pieces to where you have opportunities to apply pressure to the active Dragapult. So when you have the option to chase something, my given answer to you is always going to be Grimmsnarl, because that's the most game-breaking side of like options, right? But if I haven't attacked with the Grimmsnarl yet, that means I'm going to be at 6 prizes, which means I'm going to have the option to go to the TM Devo play. But not everyone's going to be playing my list. Not everyone's going to have the options of me, right? So if you do clear your options of draw supporters on board, be very careful of going CC, you have Delta locked, because that is what I used to do. And that's what I did against you as well, right? So just make sure that you leave your options open. Make sure, hey, Turo's still in the deck. I still have this draw supporter, or I can Ultra Ball 4 draw supporter, shuffle the deck. Just make sure you leave your options open to you and you choose the best line in between the certain matchup. Like, for example, if there's no darks attached, no point in chasing Monkey Dories yet. If there are darks attached, maybe it's time to chase the Monkey Dories because I'm a turn behind and I need to go with the Iono play. So Iono is definitely your best friend in that matchup, so make sure you play towards that.
Cool, sounds good. All right, so I think that's about it for the interview. Of course, if you want to check out more of Sunny, I'm going to put his links in the description. I'm going to link his Metafy, which I think is going live soon, if it's not already live by the time I post this. And then you can also find his Twitter or his X, and you can also find his Limitless. With that, let's jump into the games.
Do you want to play now, or
yeah,
you want to play in a little bit? Yeah, of course. I'm down to 5-0 you real quick.
All right, I'm just going to quickly explain how I'm going to do the games. I was initially only planning on showing maybe 2 or 3 good games, but there's quite a few teachable moments in all of the games, so I decided to just quickly speed past the not so interesting moments, and you can kind of just catch these slowed down moments where we're discussing board states, talking about things we could have done differently, and you can skip to different games using the chapters below. Game 1, I kind of just sped through because I really just hit the nuts and just wiped all his Morgrams or imp pieces, and he couldn't really do much. But for the other games, there's quite a few interesting moments.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how most of my...
From this board state, it's basically chalked.
Yeah, I feel like this is how most of my Grim games go.
Yeah, this is basically over from this board state.
No, Lokes is kind of crazy. See, I think if I got Lokes last turn, this board state would actually be kind of fine.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, I have some options here.
Interesting. I don't know if anyone's seen that sleeky play that I made. I never used my second Monkey Dory here for a reason.
You're,
I'll explain why this next turn.
yeah.
I kept the damage output because it lets me chase an extra Dracloak this turn with more damage.
Oh, wait, I just messed
Is
up.
that-
Oh, I wasn't supposed to bench that 3P. I was going to Night Stretcher for it, but do this turn. Whoops. Oh, now it's definitely chucked. I think I had a pretty good turn next turn if I had the Badoo here, because I can kill your Psyduck with Frostlass, and then Itchy Pollen you so you don't get it back, and then I can go for a Clops next turn. But yeah, I messed up benching the last repeat.
Your Duskull would have died this turn. That's it.
True, but that at least means you're not going after my Lokes.
That is true, but I guess we could see what happens.
I still have one recon left. I'm just gonna see this thing's dying, so I'll just give you this thing.
Interesting. I think at this sports that I kind of want to give you the Duskull.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess if this is game 2 in a regular setting, I would give you the Duskull and risk the candy at this point.
Yeah, it makes sense. Tell off this turn. He's like, I have a pretty decent turn this turn, but I don't know if it's enough. So like in this board state, like what would you not want to lose? Because I can kill, I have Neo, Palt, and Dusclops, and I have my monkey damage. So I'm thinking like, I can kill your Frostlass plus monkey, or I can kill your, or punch into your Grim plus kill the monkey that has dark on it. And then just like not Iono you, because I didn't see you do anything with your hand.
I think that the Frostlass Monkey KO would be the best option because it doesn't let me devo your board. Like, that stops me from devoing your board at some point.
True.
So I think that those two are the better options at this point.
But if I hit jamming, because like now you're down 2 Spike Myths if I bump this and an Artisan, so you only have 1 Spike Myth in deck.
Right.
So if I punch into your Grim and KO Monkey, I go down to 4.
True.
So like I'm thinking about my prize map, because if I kill your Frostlass Monkey, it's hard for me to take my last 3. It's going to take at least 2 more turns after that. The only question is like, do I evolve my Duskull? Because you can also just go like Psyduck Boss, install it.
Yep. I would never evo unless you're going to use it.
Fair. So then the question is, do I even bother popping?
Yeah, but it just becomes a checkmate kind of thing. Like, hey, if I'm going to do this, I have to do it to pop it, right?
Yeah.
Now that you've seen the Psyduck and the Psyduck exists, that means that I'm always going to get 2 Grim attacks off here. So now you're in a point to be like, hey, how do I stop my active Pult from dying? Because my active Pult is going to be the reason why I'm either going to win or lose the game, right? So if this Pult goes down, I'm probably losing. But if it doesn't, I'm probably winning. So now your majority of your game has to be protecting this. So what protects this the most?
I should have probably...
It's hard from here.
Yeah, I should have put up my bench Dracloak, not the one that was damaged. And I can heal off my damaged Loke maybe, or I can heal off anything. Because I don't really care about losing 1 Loke. Yeah, I definitely should have pushed the other Dracloak here.
Yeah. That one should have been the one you evolved into.
Yeah.
Because this was the one you want to take the damage off of.
Yeah.
You just want to keep it on the deck still.
Okay.
Small stuff like that makes a very, very big difference.
For sure, yeah. So now my question is like, do I Iono or do I Lily? Because I didn't see you do anything with your hands, so I don't really want to give you a fresh 3 cards. I kind of just want a Lily here.
And in my opinion, it would be better to Lily because I didn't play. The only supporter I played was Boss.
Yeah.
So there are chances I do have supporter hands, especially because I drew one up. Well, I'll tell you this much. I did draw one off the prize cards, but if I had a better supporter, I would have played a better supporter that turn for sure. If I had another energy in hand, or like a way to retreat the process without an energy, like let's say the E-Switch player or something like that, I would have Boss to take the KO, right? But if I didn't, I would have Lily the other way around, or Iona to draw into more cards, right? Because the Boss play makes little to no difference there, right? So that should tell you enough that I did not have supporter in hand at the previous turn.
Okay, fair enough.
Other than Boss.
So I'm also just trying to maximize the chance of hitting Jamming Tower to like turn off Devo. So I think I just go for Lilies. And then 2 more recons. I do need to turn first though.
What was the supporter you played last turn? Was it Lily?
I think it was Lily.
How many dead cards left at the bottom effectively? I wouldn't say any tower.
It was just one, just the Poffin.
Okay. And yeah, I think Lily is correct there. If there was +3, maybe there's an argument for Iona.
Yep.
Because you see more direct cards that aren't related to the cards that you've already seen through recon.
Yeah.
But I think that since there's only one, then yeah, I agree.
Okay, so I think I go for this. Yeah, I definitely should have pushed up my other Dracloak though. That's a big thing. And here I think I can go here. Because you would need a lot to heal all that damage off.
Yeah. So at this point you need 4 prizes, right?
Yeah. So this is why this matchup's interesting. Like, it's a really bad position for me, but it's still not over. Like, if I play optimally, I can still win.
I don't know if it's correct for me to chase Monkey here or the Dragapult. I think it's correct for me to chase Monkey.
I would say yes if you can kill it, because definitely that's just more damage that lets me set up a 4-prize turn.
Right.
Because like, he also saw me Ultra Ball for Fez, so like if I really need to dig for cards, I can always just bench Fez to win next turn.
Right.
Also, another thing to consider is like, I can Clops you next turn and take 4, so is it better to just kill Duskull?
No, I have side I can hand.
Okay.
I'm just gonna bench it. Yeah. I don't know if it's correct because my active is on 8, so going into your turn I'll dive to Phantom Dive, so well the second part of Phantom Dive, so
Yeah.
quite a sticky situation where is it correct to clear the 5 off the bench Monkey or is it correct to clear the 3 off the active? I think it's correct to clear the 3 off the active to make you Phantom Dive through this.
Are you killing my Monkey this turn for sure?
I don't think so.
Then I don't think it really matters because I'm just gonna move it back.
Yeah, but then it's back on this, but not back on my, Monkey to where you can spread damage across my board. Like, you could Chaos Process here, for example, right? If I don't move off the active.
True.
Yeah, so it creates a window of opportunity to where...
No, but I'm saying, like, regardless of where you move it off, I'm just going to put it back with my Monkey.
Yeah, I agree. But at this point now, if I didn't move it off the Grim, it would go back onto my process to create an extra prize card for you.
Oh, I see.
I believe that this is the best option.
Okay. So can I take 4 this turn?
Excuse me.
Oh, you're good. I'm trying to think, like, is there a way I can take 4?
Because with this board state, I do win with a Grimmsnarl attack next turn.
That is true.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, yeah.
So you have 6 energy down, 20 cards in deck. Like, I'm wondering if it's ever correct to try to trap something and go for like a Jet Headbutt with a fresh Pult.
Very possible. Yeah, very possible.
Because you did attach an energy this turn, but you didn't attach one. Oh no, you did attach one turn before. So I definitely have to heal off my Monkey.
Yeah, it has to retreat.
Yeah. think you can like CC up your Frostlass, because that means you can't attach to Frostlass and Monkey in the same turn. So I KO just your Grim, so that's 30. Yeah, I think I'm going to be a little bit short of what I want to do. The math here is very annoying.
Yeah, that's one thing that I go over in the guide as well, is like knowing the math is very, very important.
Yeah. Like, because you also have only played one boss. Like, the question is, like, do I want to Iono you?
I did literally draw fresh 6.
Yeah. So you could have boss in hand. You had 2 in deck. So like, I can either Iono or Lily. I can like just evolve up my Lokes.
Right, so what are the odds if I Lilied last turn, right? That means I would have had 26 cards in deck, right? So out of 26 cards, assuming that there's 2 boss in deck, what are the odds that I drew a boss off the 6 draw with 26 in deck?
So it's 1 in 13 times. It's like 50-50.
Yeah, roughly. So your Iono is roughly the 50-50 odds here.
Yeah.
Good math, by the way. That was roughly correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good, quick math. But like most players don't know that, so.
The thing is, like, so what's the way for me to make you require the most amount of pieces to win? Like, you would need boss plus. I mean, you would basically just need boss because. You need boss plus energy.
Yeah.
Off a 3-card hand. I think Iono is safe because, like, it's 50-50 anyway, and you probably wouldn't play this way unless you had it next turn. Actually, that's not true. You might not have even had anything else to do this turn, so I think this just makes sense. The thing is, like, you win off boss anyway, so do I ever just go into a Badoo here and just, like, reduce your odds of finding anything?
Well, the Badoo lets me win with the same Phantom Dive attack regardless, right? If you're gonna go like CC Iono plus Badoo onto a Frostlass, like, I guess that can make some sense, you know?
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
Well, your Monkey Dory is dying next turn regardless.
Yeah.
So, because even if you heal off of it, right, it goes down to 70, goes up into 80 for turn, right?
Yep.
So it's always going to die to one of my Monkey Dories, which you can't KO this Monkey Dory unless this is what you spread your damage onto, right?
Yeah, something like I would have to trap Frostlass, because if I Badoo, you can't Monkey Dory to both Monkey and Badoo.
Right.
So you can only kill one of them.
I guess this goes back to that turn where if you were going to bench, if you were going to bench the Badoo, right, and attach your trainer to the Badoo, you had 1 extra energy on your active Loke, right?
Yep.
So this is what makes the biggest difference. So if you had that extra energy, you would actually be able to retreat into a fresh Dragapult here and then attach to it, and it would be the active Dragapult that wouldn't be in range of getting knocked out, right?
Yeah. So I think here,
Small stuff like that makes such a big difference, right?
For sure, yeah. I think I basically just have to buy a turn here. The only thing is, like, if I Badoo, can I lose the game next turn? I don't think I can.
Well, I'm at 3, so I would need a retreat plus boss regardless if you Badoo.
Yeah. So they can get rid of. I'm just gonna assume.
I would go down to 1 if I did, so.
Yeah.
So if I go down to 1, I could apply pressure to your. Apply pressure to the Shriek Cloak that has 40 damage and it would die in between turns.
Oh, yeah, I just evolved that out.
I would. Okay, perfect. Yeah, there you go.
I think I just have to go for this. Oh, I whiffed Night Stretcher for Badoo. So now I just have to go Jet Headbutt. Actually, sorry, I still have Loke. Nope, still whiffed it.
You have 8 cards in deck and what, 3 Stretcher?
3 Stretcher, I'm down 1. I think 1 is prized. Yeah, 1 is prized.
Okay, I guess that's variance.
Can I go? Do I ever just evolve my third?
No, you have a monkey.
Yeah, like I can just evolve my third ball here, right?
You could, yeah, you could.
Because that makes
at this point you're trying to win next turn, right?
Yeah, like you have to just win off boss now. You can't like just kill anything else. So do I put this on your Grim or your Monkey? Maybe just your Grim? Because I need 4. Actually, no, I would want to Phantom Dive through your Grim, so maybe I do something like this. Alright, let's see. I also had the option of taking like a Blood Moon KO, but that didn't seem like worth it. Or no, sorry, I couldn't Blood Moon this turn. You're still at 3.
Yeah, this is interesting. Now, what is correct for me to move off of here? Yeah, this is interesting. I think I have to take off of that monkey.
Okay.
And then I have to pass here and pass.
Alright. That is definitely annoying.
Means you can't Phantom Die this turn unless you have Turo.
Yeah. Which I do not. Let me see what I have in deck again. I think I have... Yeah, I only have 1 Stretcher, that's the problem. So I can't win off of... Oh man, maybe I should have... Because I had a play, maybe if I could have put the damage on the Psyduck instead and you didn't heal it, I could have gone Hawlucha to kill it and then clop something.
Interesting. Yeah, it would create an interesting dynamic for sure.
I was thinking about...
Here you just win. You win with the Phantom Knife attack, basically, right? So
Yeah, and the problem is I have no more energy in deck either, so it's like I have Night Stretcher for like one thing. I needed to be able to take a prize mid-turn KO so I could go for some sort of
right
3 prize next turn.
I was looking at your energy counts. At this point, you were already down to 5, and you had the 1 attached. So
Yeah, and I have 2 prize, I think. Let me see, 1 prize.
interesting.
So I actually don't know what my play is this turn. The other option is I can just go like...
I was gonna say, what energy do you have left in deck?
I have no energy in deck.
So your prize is the last Luminous, right?
I think so. It's either Luminous or Psychic. Yeah, Luminous.
Okay.
Because I can maybe, like, if I can trap your Frostlass and you don't get another Dark, I can maybe use your Frostlass against you.
To some extent, yes, but eventually I will draw a Dark, right, to where the game ends then, right?
Yeah. So I think I can just do this. I did hit my Stretcher. The question is it worth stretchering here?
To get off a Jet Headbutt on my active?
I don't think that's worth it.
I would agree.
That's just a hunch, though. It's just a hunch. I don't know. So I think I could just pass. Because I can't go. Yeah, I think I just pass here and see what you heal.
Let's go for this energy card.
Yeah, okay, it's a pretty high odd now.
And there it is.
Yeah, that's game. Maybe I could have gone Attach Retreat with Night Stretcher, but I don't know if I would have, if that would have been enough. Actually, no, yeah, maybe that would have been correct, because then if I can get a mid-turn KO with Hawlucha or something next turn, and I hit an energy, I can win off the Phantom Dive.
True, but there's no way that you get the Phantom Knife off of the energy deck.
No, I'm saying if I Hawlucha KO something depending on what you heal, and I can take one off prizes.
Okay, so you get a 25% chance of winning in there?
Yeah, because if I go...
It's better than 0, right? So.
Yeah, because like if I power up the Dragapult on the bench, or no, sorry, Attach Retreat to the one on the bench, so you would also need boss next turn, you can't just win off of just
right.
retreat, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that game was
Interesting game.
That was definitely interesting. That was definitely in the video. I think there were a lot of chances for me to win, even with a pretty bad board state.
Right, I totally agree. That one we'll definitely have to do some commentary back on to figure out, like, hey, what were some influential turns there. Do you want first or second?
I'll go second. Yeah, I agree with that one.
Yeah, I guess you go with the first one and just be like, hey, this is the easiest way for Dragapult to win. Just, winning the game is pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Wow, this hand. A hand.
Mine is also definitely interesting. Oh, the Toad School start.
Yeah, this is a hand for all the hands. I don't even know what to do.
You could pass.
No, don't say that.
I'm just saying, it's an option. That's a legal move.
That's an illegal move. This is not happening. Holy hell, let's do here. This hand is just so poor.
Okay. No imps? That's crazy.
Yeah, no imps.
Hey, you didn't play Stadium, so I think I can just rip this now. Okay, pretty good hands.
No pop, okay. What the
Pretty
hell?
good hand. Pretty good hand, I think.
Excuse my language.
Oh, dude, wait, I can't. Dude, you gotta be kidding me. I can't click my Badoo off the Poffin. I'm really getting PTCGL'd right now. Are you serious? Dude, I genuinely cannot click my Badoo. Alright, we are ultra balling for a Badoo, I guess.
Let's see if it works.
I mean, this is actually insane because I have to dump these two to get the Badoo.
Oh my god.
Like, now I'm literally at a 0 card hand because I got PTCGL. That's kind of crazy. Oh boy.
Oh, dude, I thought that guy, I know.
You gotta play it. You gotta play it.
Oh, this is not okay. I have Orbit in hand, though.
I mean,
I don't want to have it. I actually think this is correct, so
okay.
I'm gonna Evo for these two and Spray Fluid.
All right. Top deck Lilies.
Let's see what you draw.
Top deck Lilies one time.
If you top deck Lily, bro. What? This is some BS. This is some BS.
Bro, I had to ultra ball for a Badoo. What do you mean?
PCL is on your side. What is it? I think that you like a pole or something.
Brother, I had to ultra ball for a Badoo.
This is crazy.
Oh man.
This is not even fair.
Bro, I would have a Dracapult and an energy attached.
What was that?
This is PTCGL for you.
Crazy.
I wonder if I should just collapse that turn instead of being second Dracapult. Because if you get a side up down.
What is this?
PTCGL, baby.
Yeah.
Alright, let me set a Monkey Luminous Dust Clops real quick. It'll be so funny.
Dude, the top deck Lily is crazy.
I know. That was pretty insane.
Crazy.
Ooh, I have some interesting options. I could do something funny, but I don't know if it's correct.
I mean, this game is crazy.
Like, is it ever worth it for me to just Dustclops, Countercatcher, Pollen KO your only imp?
Actually, might be. It might be correct.
Because, like, the other option is I just Pollen KO your Toad School, but it's like, that doesn't seem that good. Like, I have a choice between third Dracloak or a Countercatcher here, and I can Ultra Ball for Dustclops either way. Actually, I don't want to Iono you. I'd probably just rather boss your thing anyway. Oh, man, I'm just missing the Luminous energy.
But this has all the fun. Off that insane top deck lately,
I needed it, bro.
That was crazy.
I think I can do this. I think I can just like pop Clops now and just Iono you. Because now what I can do is like, I can either Phantom Dive you or just move damage with Monkey if I hit the Luminous. Oh, I didn't hit the Luminous. Oh, but I still have Counter Catcher. I think this is fine. I really needed an energy attach this turn though, because I can't go Monkey and Phantom Dive next turn now.
Yeah.
Definitely a good thing you didn't take a knockout. You would have gotten punished hella hard for that.
Oh, for sure. The CC play is just so punishing. It's hard to go see that. These games are gonna make me play Duck or No Duck, for sure.
Yeah. I think I can just set up a Monkey here.
Interesting.
Like, I don't feel like I need to Phantom Dive right now.
Well, I don't see what the point in Phantom Diving here would be.
Yeah. I think just do this to
You'd
protect
rather
this.
just get your time.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I did whiff the jamming tower, which could be a problem.
You don't say. Even though you attach for turn, I still think it's correct to Monkey first, yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder where you're gonna put it though.
The question is, what do I take it off of? Probably my... I actually value protecting my Monkey, so... Let's see. Let's try this, I guess.
Interesting. Yeah. Dude, Ichipon's so good. I can't even CC anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I actually think that this is grammatically correct. This. And then hit into anything else.
What do I even give you here? Like, do I give you another prize, or do I give you damage on my Pult, or...
It's interesting, right?
It's definitely not easy. So if I give you that... Let's try giving you this.
I think the point. Because the cloak can go down next turn. Now you have to choose.
I do indeed have to choose.
I guess you can always post this gameplay too, even with the, you know, sus draw, because I mean the sus play popping, but
It's still interesting.
the top deck, the top deck really definitely.
Yeah. So I think I just do this first.
Dude, your energy whiffs in this matchup are so taxing.
I know. I've been
Whiff
whiffing.
energy, yeah.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Yeah, whiffing energies in this matchup is horrible.
So I think I can just kill like 2 monkeys here and then win the game by killing monkey plus Frostlass.
Yes, that's very much an option. Yes.
The only problem is I can't evolve my Third Loke, so you need to take 4. So you can kill. Can you kill Fez plus Monkey plus Dracloak next turn? If I heal off Monkey,
I'll tell you this much: it is possible.
I mean, it is possible, but is it likely? Because the problem is like,
Great, yeah, 4 card in. Yeah, I guess we'll see.
because the thing is, I can also retreat into the other Pult. The other option is I just punch into your active Grim, and I Iono you.
Sure. That's always an option too.
Like I would rather kill your. The thing is, I can't because I can't CC. I have to either boss or Iono, and then like.
Yeah, KOing the monkey here is very important.
Yeah, the big thing is like if I.
You would do that regardless, just with the monkey Dory on board, right?
Yeah. My other thing is like, is it worth boss KOing 2 monkeys and then just going around your Grims to win, or do I try to Iono and try to get my 4th or 3rd Pult? I don't remember if it's prize. I didn't prize check.
So your win conditions are either boss, right?
Yeah.
Or, well, even if you attack the active, right, it's still boss, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Or versions of boss.
Like I would need just 1 boss next turn. Yeah.
Right. So if you attack the active and Iono, it would become Iono boss, right? So that would be your play. So it's dependent on how many bosses you have in hand and left in deck, and the percentage of what the 11 cards in deck would lead you to said boss.
So yeah, the thing is like
the percentage of
yeah, like I have all 3 boss in hand. The problem is like, what are my odds of hitting Pult? I don't remember if my Pult is prize, and I don't want to spike with the checking because I don't want to like shuffle it back into it. I'll shuffle all the other cards back in.
you just spike it now, right? Spike it now to check because it makes no difference.
No, because I've reconned the last few turns, so there's like non-Pults at the bottom.
Okay. You haven't supported since?
No, I can either boss or Lily now. I haven't played.
Well, so it would be, so there's 11 cards in deck, right? And the cards that you've thinned, if you draw for turn, that's 10, right? So
Yeah.
we're obviously talking about next turn. Draw for turn is 1, the Iono is 4, so it's +5, and then your Dracloak is +7. And then if I were to take a knockout next turn, you would see 10 out of 11 cards in deck, which means that at this point in the game, if I'm not taking a knockout next turn anyways, I've lost. So the play would still then there be fine, because you would still be seeing a 10 out of 11 cards to then see your 3rd Pult regardless, right, next turn.
No, but like my concern right now is like if I don't hit a Pult, you can literally win the game on board with just like boss and dark energy, because you can just kill like Loke, Monkey, and Pult.
That's true.
So that's why I'm like, I need to Iono to get the Pult this turn, but if I whiff the Pult, then I need to I think I could just go for the Pult anyway. I think I just do this. I think I just go Iono. Okay, I whiffed the Pult, unfortunately, so now it's really bad. And I do want to shuffle the deck because there were some things in there I wanted. So the Pult was in deck, I just didn't draw into it.
Okay.
I think I do this to block your Devo at least. And then I have to heal. Because if I heal Dracloak and you get another dark energy, you're going to do what? 30, 60, plus another 10, 80. So my Dracloak's still going to die because I didn't evolve it. My monkey is not going to die though. So I think I heal my monkey. I have to put the damage here. Yeah, whiffing Pult is really bad here.
Okay, how do I win now? This turn?
You would need... You need like CC Darky switch or like boss Darky switch.
Yeah, I have 2 out of 3 of those cards. Interesting. You have 3 cards in hand?
Yes.
Okay, I think that this is correct. Good. You switch off this to this monkey. Burn the coffin, waste the coffin. And then how many energies in this card? 2, 3, 4 in play. 4% in play. How many lights are down? I need one. So is it correct? Let me go. Okay, there. So that's 4. So if you were to go boss there, you still win. Yeah, with the lower the draw.
Okay. This is very logical.
Okay, now where does the damage come off of? I think it comes off the... That's 2, 3, 4, 6. It lives. This one. I guess you win with a Lucha here. Oh no, you just win on board.
Wait, are you... Oh, yeah, you had to... Yeah, you can't attack with this Grim.
Yeah, you went on board.
The other option is you just don't take a knockout this turn. Like you just put 3.
That's what I'm gonna do.
You just pray I whiff it.
Interesting. Interesting board states.
Yeah.
Oh, you have Latias, right?
I do have Latias, but it's like, I don't win off that.
Yeah.
So you still need to get a Dark Energy next turn. You burned your only E-switch, so you have to Dark Energy the active, so you can't Dark your monkey on the bench. So I think you can just punch into this Grim and kill your bench monkey, and then you don't have monkey. So if I do that, heal that. I think that's fine. I have to heal monkey. I don't know if this damage matters. If I do maybe here.
Interesting. Miss Lily's has got to be amazing.
Yeah. I still don't think you can win this turn though, right?
No, I cannot win this turn. Interesting draw.
This matchup is actually so sweaty.
Yeah, don't say it.
Like this matchup is like,
so.
like I feel like this matchup would be so fun if we weren't constrained to like best of 350 minutes, because this is actually like a proper like chess game.
Yeah, I agree. Dude, this is interesting. This is so interesting. Holy.
Oh, he's got the box. Alright, what are you going for? What's your ideal play this turn?
You're asking me. I'm trying to think about it right now. I'm trying to figure it out because there's did you use win with energy boss?
Yeah.
So I mean, the odds are you still have boss in hand. I'm assuming you have the energy in hand. So
I do, yes.
There's not much I can do to stop that. Yeah.
I think the only thing that I can think of is if you can get like a stadium bump plus energy plus Devo, you can maybe Devo my 2 pulls.
Like that is my option, but I lose the Blood Moon then.
Yeah. I will say I don't have Blood Moon in hand.
Yeah, but the odds of you just being able to get the Blood Moon are pretty high, so.
Yeah. Well, I would need Blood Moon boss still, right? So it's either energy boss or Blood Moon boss.
No. Oh, yes, you're right. But assuming that you play 3 boss or 2 boss, you would have the odds of having both.
Yeah.
They can't KO Fez here in any way, so.
True. Oh, and you would also give me CC if you Devo both my pults.
That's true. Yeah. So it creates that many more outs.
Yeah.
Horrible. I'm trying to think, is there could do. Man, your Yveltal is so good. I could have the Yveltal play here too. Damn.
Yeah, I wouldn't have put down the Fez if you had a Yveltal on your list though.
Right. But even you have your Neo in play, right? So even dropping the Pole here is fine.
That's true, yeah. It buys you 2 turns.
Or the Monkey, regardless.
Yeah.
Either or.
That is true. Well, actually, then I could still just win off boss energy, no? Because I can just like move Monkey and then chat about your Grim. Or Mind Bend your Grim.
Yeah, so, yeah, you're right. No, you're right, yeah. Yeah, interesting. Alright, well, let's see it.
My odds are unfortunately not that good because I think I'm out of. I burned my 1 nest ball and I think I'm out of Ultra Balls. Let me see.
Yeah, I was checking your discard. I didn't think that you had the last one.
Let me see. So I have lilies and I think I have 1 or 2 CC in deck. The question is, now I can check with Spike with first because like I'm gonna lilies anyway.
Unless you just pop like the blood.
No, unfortunately not. Like, do I Fez draw first? I can't remember if I put a Blood Moon at the bottom or if I Ultra Ball at the bottom. I'm just gonna Spike with first. So I have Blood Moon, I have Ultra Ball, and I have 2 CCs.
The odds should be in your favor.
The thing is, like, I'm shuffling.
I think you Fez first.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Cause like, yeah. Okay, we got there. GG. Hella close game.
Very, very interesting.
This matchup is crazy, bro.
Yeah, very, very interesting game.
At least we're getting good games. You're not just like, even though that game started like so bad for both of us, like that game came really close.
Interesting.
All right.
So I want to watch back that vlog with you and see if that E-switch play that I made, if it was necessary or not. Because then it would have saved me that turn to where I would have won that turn.
Yeah.
So
I think if you don't have the second dark guaranteed, I think you don't E-switch there.
yeah, but I just I need to check back if that 30 I moved with that monkey, if it like saved me a turn or not.
Oh, I see.
And obviously I need to, right? But if it didn't, then yeah, I just play.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, 1 second, I'm assuming.
Yeah, check something.
Cool. Might have time for 1 or 2 more, depending on how long they are.
Sounds good.
Could definitely be worse. Wait, did I choose? Oh, my bad. I chose
It's okay.
maybe it's better to do PTCG sim instead of live just for that kind of stuff.
The live stuff too, but
That's true.
those are just play.
Let me see. I need to actually probably check this time.
Okay. This game's going to be very eventful, I'll tell you that much.
Eventful, okay. Curious.
Or maybe it will be eventful, we'll see.
Well, I will say I don't have a supporter this turn. I actually wish I went first. I have a pretty good go first hand.
I'll tell you this much, when I click the spike map, I'm missing 5 Pokemon.
Oh no.
And I might be missing 2 of certain cards in there.
I don't know if it's worse for you missing Imps or Morgrams or Grimmsnarls. I wonder if it's better for me to just bench Latias there to save my energy if I know you don't play Veltal. Okay. I'm gonna do Morgrams or Grims. Okay.
And that's my entire line.
Well, I wouldn't know that, so I have to play around as if you have Grims.
Right.
So I definitely just do this first. This is what I wish I went first. Okay.
Top deck ranking would be a lovely goal.
So I think in this position, I can do this. If I can hit a Luminous, that would be great.
Horrible. Don't say that.
I'm not drawing like anything useful actually. It's kind of depressing. Oh, there it is. The thing is, like, you're still gonna KO my Badoo.
Regardless.
Yeah. So does it even matter where I put my damage? Not really. And the problem is, like, I don't know. Like, I can't not itchy paw on you if I'm assuming you play Grim, or like it's if they're not both prized.
True.
So you're gonna, if you get the Grim, you're gonna have to put damage on my board regardless. So I think I can just do like something like this and just force you to move the ball back. So like this is what's weird for me now. Like I don't know what to like if I assume you have Grim, what do I push here? Because if I give you Duskull and you don't have Grim, I can't Phantom Dive you next turn. Unless I put down Latias. Like, if I give you Dracloak, I can Phantom Dive with a Neo. But you have no Snorunt, so I don't have reason to take Dracloaks off my board. Like, if I give you Dracloak, you put 30 on my board somewhere. I can monkey it back. I think I just give you this. Okay. So now I think I have to stretch her back a Latias. Does it hurt to put on Latias here? I don't think so. Actually, I don't even have to put down Latias. I could just countercatch your Jet Headbutt your Psyduck, because I don't want to give you damage anyway.
Very possible. Plausible too.
That also lets me save my Neo. Wait, do I want to attach retreat again with... I just feel like I just keep burning energies, man. It's so annoying.
I don't have the same aura as I did a week and a half ago. I didn't pull the Grim off the press.
Unfortunate.
No aura.
You used up all your aura to win the regional.
No aura.
Okay, I really need to get a way to retreat real quick. Oh god, I end up having a Latias anyway, are you serious? Or... like... You're at 5, if I put down Latias, you can... it's an easy 2 for... maybe I just do this. This at least forces you to recover your Psyduck. Okay, I get Frosty. Okay. So I need to get a... so I could go for Dusclops here. I need to get an energy. Is there any reason for me to not put down another jamming tower here? Like my little second one?
You're asking my opinion?
Yeah. Like, is there a
I
true...
would want to save it though for the TNT go play if I can get it off it.
True. There. It's like, I don't have energy, so I can't boss you this turn. I have to just go Phantom Dive, kill Monkey Snorunt. Assuming I even hit energy. Okay, wow, literally last turn. Actually, I have the Dusclops here. No, I don't want to give you a prize, because, like, I'm assuming you don't have Grims at this point. You put down the spike and then grab one. I think I don't mind putting this here. Do you have like a... I mean, you technically do have like a Devo play on my Dracloaks to try to take a Grim. Do you have a play with like, if you can recover your duck and then counter catcher kill my monkey with Morgrim?
I'm one card off of it.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
that was a play that I was going for. But yeah.
Oh. That's okay, fair enough. Was it better to kill my monkey there? Because now I kill both Morgrims with Halucha Monkey anyway. But at least if I had to pop Skull to kill it, it gives you an extra prize.
That's what I was thinking. I was just weighing the difference of like, if you could have had, because you still have one Luminous in deck, right? So
Yeah.
at this point, you're going to see a certain amount of cards, so all you're looking for is a Stretcher Luminous, so it's like effectively the same thing. This way, like, I guess if you rebench a Duskull, it's still like important. I just think that like, no matter the resource it chose, that you were able to get it back.
True, but I think getting my monkey back is harder because I have no way to search my Luminous, but I can just Ultra Ball for Halucha.
You're right. True. I think, yeah, you're probably right. No, you aren't probably right. You are right. You are right.
I'm thinking like, if I do, you're at 4. I'm trying to think if there's any way my Halucha or something can get trapped. Now I think it's just kind of rough for you.
I would disagree. It's definitely difficult to force.
The only thing is, like, I'm leaving your last alive, which is not great for me because you can make plays with it. I think games like this, do you ever miss like support Pokemon like Yveltal or like Bidoof or something?
100%.
Depends, with 4 on board, like this card. Yeah. Yeah.
The monkey.
That would need to get boss.
Yeah.
Like I was boss energy.
Interesting game, man.
Yeah, not so enough of the prizes.
Yeah. So if I pull the grid with the first card, I still think I can win.
Yeah, for sure.
So I guess it goes back to that monkey choice. Like if I lose a monkey there, I guess it comes down to I don't lose my second Morgrim. But it's like you would pop pops regardless. So then, but then I would be at 3 prizes instead of the 4. So if I was at 3 prizes instead of the 4, I wouldn't be able to devo the active, but I would be able to devo the bench. So I would have to. Yeah, I don't think there's a win condition regardless. Like, what do I do if I'm at 3 there?
That is true. Main thing is you need to get a Grimmsnarl up because I got your Morgrims. It's not really like your only thing would be like recovering your imps and then trying to get like 3 down or something and just hope I can't wipe them all.
Right.
Yeah, I was definitely rough.
You want to go one more? Or no?
Yeah, let's do one more.
What is that? 3-1-U?
I think it's 3-1. Do we play 4? Is it 2 or 3-1?
Oh, I'm at 3 actually. Might be right.
I'll have to check. Okay, you go second this time for sure.
No, I think it's 3. Yeah, I think it's 3-1.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's 3-1. Yeah. And also on that TM, you got by the second Frost last, right? I drew the other last.
That's what I figured.
Was like, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, bro.
I was hoping you drew at least one, yeah.
Get the fans with that one. It's so difficult right now.
Yeah. I can put you this time. Once again, I have no energy captains ever. I wonder if I just shouldn't have played that second Poffin and just not grab the Bidoof, or maybe just get like another Dreepy plus the Duskull.
Very possible. I guess you know what my hand possesses, right? Like,
because the thing is, like, you're probably gonna get a pretty good turn 1 going second, and then my Bidoof's kind of just like a liability.
right. I'll make a risky here.
Okay. No ducks. I mean, I got another Poffin, but it's useless at this point. I really need a supporter.
You got the book.
Come on, 1 Dragapult and a Dream. Alright, I've now drawn into all 4 of my Poffins.
You still don't have an energy retreat?
Nope. This is definitely a game.
Wow. I guess you're getting my end of the variance.
Yeah. Ooh, giving up on the duck altogether.
Yeah.
I mean, your board is pretty insane.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's really pretty good.
I just can't find a supporter or an energy. It's kind of crazy. Okay, let's try again. Alright, well, there's a supporter.
No.
Not that one. This is interesting. Okay, well,
That's pretty bad. Yeah, I'm not pretty actually.
Yeah, makes sense. This feels so bad, dude. Like, I definitely don't want to IONO you here. Yeah. Probably get both onto the monkey, still push onward.
Yeah.
You definitely bring this.
Yeah, that's easy.
This is not great. This is literally the unbreakable board state I asked you about.
Yeah. I mean, because even when you chase double processor, you just lose the diva.
Yeah.
So it's like, these board states just horrible.
The only chance I have at all is if I just hit a Neo here and can somehow use your process damage against you.
Not for sure. Like, you can get a double monkey here, but then I get your first attack into your hold, which means you just lose the diva.
Yeah.
You can KO both my monkeys that you just ran from that, right?
But I need Neo.
Oh, yeah, true.
I unfortunately did with the Neo, so I don't know what to do now.
Scoop.
Honestly, you're not wrong. Let me see, is there anything I can do? I can still kill one of your monkey. Can I kill both with Hallucian Monkey? 30, 90, 70. No, yeah, 10 short. I mean, you kind of just went off loss now anyway, so I can just do this. 30, 50. Yeah, I think I just have to go for this. That's my only play. Okay, I need a lot this turn, but still doable. No, man, I keep whiffing energy.
You still have Fez? No, oh, no, you don't have Fez.
I do not have Fez, but I still have some plays.
You can Blood Moon.
I can indeed Blood Moon. The thing is, like, I needed to Phantom Dive this turn to KO your monkeys because they're going to do too much damage. If I had... Damn, if I hit the energy, I would have actually killed your Grim and both monkeys.
How? 4 plus.
Because I can Halucha your monkeys and then just put 6 on the one with no energy. Damn, I actually whiffed all my energies. I think I still have to Halucha this turn though.
Yeah, the KO my monkey. Yeah.
Actually, wait, does that do anything? Because, like, if I put down Halucha, you just went off a dark anyway, because 4 ticks from process on Halucha.
Yeah, I already went with the dark energy regardless. But in this force, you just lose with your own blood. Oh no, wait, I have to attack with Morgan for that to be the case.
Yeah, I think you
Or
need...
Grimmsnarl, rather.
Yeah, you need Grim or you need, like, Boss Dark.
How did you retreat? Wait, what? It says there's an energy on your pole.
Yeah, I put a second psychic. I whiffed the non-psychic.
Oh, okay.
I need literally any other energy.
Okay, well, this is great. I guess I punched the blood moon here, which is pretty horrible, considering.
Is that pretty whiff?
Wow.
Got it? Damn. Is that enough? You have 20, 40.
I'm 1 turn short.
Oof. All right, let's see if I have it. Let me see what I went to the bottom. Yeah, there's actually a lot of cards that you added to the bottom that I needed. Actually, no, sorry, I just needed lilies, but I need to hit. I specifically
You
need
need to hit Latios, Energy.
counter catcher.
Yeah, and then you win.
I have an Iono. I need my exact 3 cards to be the 3 cards I need.
Oh wow, to actually lose this is crazy.
Oh my god, wait, is there something? I hit Latias, but that's it. Let's see. Latias, Energy wouldn't have done it. No, I think that is game. Because I don't think I can even... Yeah, I can't even Halucha for a prize here. I do have a CC prize, that would have been nice. No, yeah, I think that's game. Oh man, super close.
Interesting games.
That was an awful first 3 turns though, and still was relatively close.
Right. Interesting.
Well, that's a pretty good practice session, I think. I think we both learned a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely learned a lot. It's not as favored as I once thought, but it's favored enough for me to be comfortable.
I will tell you, I keep hearing that most Dragapult players are not good, so I think you're gonna have a lot easier games than those ones.
I sure hope so.
And I also hope more new players pick up Grim so I can have easier games than these ones.
I mean, so obviously I was 3-2 in games, right? But under the assumption that the double Grim game I would have won, which I think I would have been favored from board state. We'll call it 3-2 my way, but you can obviously the game ended up 2-3 in your way or my way, right? So
Wait, what do you mean
I don't know. How do you?
the double Grim game? Like if you had taken it off prizes?
No, like if I didn't prize double Grim, then do you think I would have been favored in that game?
Maybe, but then you can also argue that like the last game, if I didn't whiff energy for 3 turns, I would have been favored.
Right, exactly. 100%. That's what I'm saying. So that's why I think it's like, if we're like going off a percentage, I think it's like what, 55-45 my favor.
I don't know. I think it's pretty close to 50-50. Like it's because like there's a lot of things that I can do that force you to have uncomfortable board states. Like if I put down a Duskull, you
100%.
like you have to put down a Psyduck. That's immediately -1, like Monkey or Frostlass, and then you also do get hit pretty hard by my jamming tower. So like if I get an early jamming tower and you don't have a bump, you can't Evo. You're really behind. I also play a lot of gusts, so I can gust around your Grim depending on what you put on board. And then if I also get like an early monkey, like if I get an early monkey, like the nice thing is I only really need 1 Pult in this matchup because it takes you at least 2 turns to deal with it. So like if I can just like get a monkey and then like swing into you with a Neo, it's like that's 2 turns of monkey Phantom Dive. I don't know, like I think it's pretty close to 50-50. I think who goes second gets a really big advantage in this.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I think it's definitely an interesting matchup though. It's unfortunate we don't have a lot of time to play it out.
Yeah, a lot of the games that I've played haven't been that technical.
Yeah.
You also haven't had that much time to think about, lines like that.
Yeah.
So people will casually just make mistakes under the pressure of the clock, right?
100%.
So
it's definitely, I think, like a skill diff. It's definitely a skill diff matchup.
for sure. Yeah, I've been very much able to skill diff a lot of my opponents in the damage counters kind of realm, so
For sure, yeah.
that's definitely been influential. But
And I think it definitely helps me that I played Grim for like 2 or 3 months when it came out, so I kind of am also familiar with the math. So like,
yeah,
definitely helps to be like the biggest thing that I need to work on is just like figuring out what to push after you take a mid-turn KO, because I think that's like the big thing that I keep messing up.
for sure, 100%. You chose optimally each time there, that's for sure. Interesting games.
So the Poltner matchup's pretty free.